Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LGBT. If you like this video, please feel free to like the video. And if you like the other content which this page features, please feel free to subscribe to the page. Be on the lookout for what's to come. You know, as it stands right now, this video is going to be boxing related, and you know what I'm going to try to do is indeed try to get to these pressers with this Charlo Harrison fight in the upcoming weeks as we get ready for it. Now, I want to talk about this fight a little bit. You know, I want to talk about like who has the edge in this matter, you know, because the press conference was heated. Um, you know, there was a lot of emotions involved. With Tony Harrison, the Detroit player, came out of him. You know, that Detroit swinger came out of him swinging. And with the Jamel Charlo, the emotion came out of him, like the emotion. And I'm like, I don't know, like who to pick for this fight. You know, I mean, when you look at the first fight, yeah, Jamel Charlo had Tony Harrison hurt a couple of times in that fight. I guess you could say, yeah, he had him hurt. But at the same time, you know, and I'm not saying this was right, you know, at the same time, you know, Tony Harrison was swinging, no, Jamel Charlo was sometimes swinging for the fences. And, you know, boxing is a game of inches. And so when those inches were, how should I say it, when those inches were covered, or when those inches were evaded, you know, Jamel Charlo kind of looked, you know, vulnerable in that fight, you know, because those inches led to counters, you know, and most of those counters, although there were very few of them, most of those counters happened straight down the pipe. Now, Tony Harrison was even surprised that he won that fight, okay? Everybody knows that he was surprised that he won. He didn't even think he won that fight, you know, don't get it twisted. But they gave him the decision, whether we like it or not. Fast forward, we're in a situation now where where in a way it seems that Tony Harrison has momentum. I mean, the thing is, Tony Harrison has the strap, you know. And you know, as much as I hate that dreaded WBC strap, I really hate it, and I am still of this opinion. I hold this opinion, and I stand my ground when I hold this opinion, that anybody who has a WBC strap should drop the belt. Okay, point blank, period. They should drop it. They shouldn't even have a belt. You know. They should just drop it. As I said, that belt now has so much corruption behind it that it's really kind of like lost the prestige it once had. You know, so that's why I'm saying that, you know, these guys should just drop the belt. You know, that's just my personal opinion of this matter. You know, many people won't agree with me, but that's just how I think personally that they should drop it. You know, I don't want, you know, it's just them holding the belt. I'm not into them holding that belt because it's like how people are given special privileges in that sanctioning body. But let's stay on topic, okay? It would appear that the momentum is on Tony Harrison's side. I mean, in one instance, you know, there's one instance of him basically, I want to say, being a, like, you know, the fact of the matter is that as much as I dislike to say this, the reality is Tony Harrison is somewhat playing off the emotions of Jamel Charlo, because there are a lot of emotions involved. You know, I mean, we all know that, you know, after the fight of Jamel Charlo and Tony Harrison, that, you know, that it looked like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and this is no disrespect to him, but I mean, it looked like that Jamel Charlo was like darn near tears, you know, like it looked like he was about to cry in that fight, you know. And, you know, with Tony Harrison, now I think it's like he has the strap, so it's like he's the big man on campus. And now that he sees and saw that emotion, he, you know, fed off of it, and you know what happened in the fight. You know, and now we're seeing the same thing in the build-up, you know, but we're seeing like a much more hooder Tony Harrison. Like, it wasn't the first Tony Harrison we saw in the first fight. You know, we're seeing a much more, like, I want to say, a much more gutter one, you know, and this is kind of surprising to me. You know, it's like he's gutter, and he said, you know, he hates whatchamacallit, he hates Jamel Charlo. He said he want to F him up. He said he want to do this and he want to do that. Now, with Jamel Charlo, though, on the flip side, we do know that, like, Tony Harrison, he did decide that, you know, for whatever reason, that he didn't want to do the rematch immediately. You know, he says the story is that he had an ankle injury, and for a boxer like him against Jamel Charlo, you need all the ankle you can get, because he's like a moving boxer, right? So with that being said, it remains a mystery what really happened. You know, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he hurt his ankle. I'm just gonna say that, okay, maybe he tweaked his ankle so badly that it wasn't a broken ankle, but it was a tweaked or fractured ankle, that he figured, oh, I don't need medical attention for it, I can just let it heal up itself. Perhaps it was like a stress fracture. Now, I don't know that much about in the medical field, but perhaps it was like a stress fracture, and he just wanted to lay off of it, right? But, you know, Jamel Charlo believes it was something else, and that, you know, perhaps this is the thing. This could be the flip side to this whole equation, is the fact that maybe Tony Harrison is afraid of getting knocked out, you know. Maybe he's afraid because Jamel Charlo has that hunger or whatever. And, you know, Jamel Charlo, he took the tune-up fight. You know, he took a stay busy fight. I think he fought Cuevas or something, and he got the knockout in that fight. You know what I mean? So maybe you know, Tony Harrison looked at that fight and was like, oh crap, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he is afraid of Charlo, but I'm just saying that maybe he was like, oh crap, man, maybe I should like wait a little bit more. You know what I mean? Now, the thing is this. And I'm gonna end this video about like, I'm just making this a short video. The thing is about this whole scenario is that Jermell Charlo will have to box. He can't just go in there swinging for the fences thinking that he's going to go in there and he's going to just knock the dude's block off. He has to box. As much as we want to like say that Tony Harrison could be considered a journeyman, you know, whoever you ask, you know, I think Willie Nelson beat him and Jarrett Hurd beat him. But I guess you can say he was a contender, you know. He's still a tough customer, you know, regardless. So if Jermell Charlo doesn't go in there and box, then I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, he can't swing for the fences, that's for sure. But after watching the presser, there's a lot of emotions involved in this fight. Both guys have something to prove in this fight, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this fight. And I'm hoping that, you know, the fight is in, I want to say the fight is in Ontario, California. Now, granted, that's a little bit of a distance away from Los Angeles. You know, I think it's about an hour drive away from Los Angeles. Now, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to travel to the fight, but chances are I am going to travel to the fight. You can't count on Fuller Sports for your coverage of the fight. And I want to ask my audience something. Should I change the name from Fuller Sports to Cohiba Sports? Because I want all the smoke, and it's all smoke over here. And you know, we smoke niggas like Cohibas. And also my affiliation with Cuban boxing as well. So let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section, or in my Instagram message, or my Facebook message. All right, Fuller signing out. Njada.